Alright, welcome. I'm about to show you how I built my little homemade press here. Rosin guy. And good quality things can come from homemade contraptions for sure. So first thing is talk to somebody about strength and structural engineering kind of thing. I mean, this is a lot of power. This is a 20-ton jack hooked up to an air compressor. And this air compressor does 225 psi, and you need about a good solid 100-150 to run this thing full capacity. So you get yourself any kind of jack or some kind of air over pneumatic jack, however they call it. I'm a complete amateur. I have nothing to do with hydraulics or air and all this kind of stuff, so I got some help with some friends that knew what they were doing. And first thing was these expensive rods. Remember what they cost? I think they were $100, $200 a piece. They do 60 tons of force they'll take each. So I've got these big monsters and these big huge nuts and washers, and I'll show you a close up in a minute here. But more importantly here, I've got the plate really close to the jack area, and you know, everything's really tight, so the force is really close to the middle, and all the pressure, you know, the framework's really tight. I've got a plate on the bottom, plate on the top, and a plate in the middle. And the one in the middle here just rides through. It's not pretty. I mean, I've just drilled holes here. You could put nice, you know, I'm sure there's ways that you can make it slide smoother and not do any binding. So if it brings you a laugh, I'm glad. It makes me laugh and stuff, but I know that the product that comes out of it's amazing. And if you've got good product, anybody can squish that, even with a hair straightener, right? So, anyways, getting back to the press here. There was some things that I had to change about it. I had to beef up the bottom and beef up here more. When I started putting that kind of pressure, started having things flexing a bit. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's go have a closer look. Okay, this is my little setup here. Got myself a little, a nice, as cheesy as it looks, it works 100%. Got my little stitched up, double stitched up bag with some fantastic sticky Larry OG. Ready to go. I'm going to pre-press this into a nice little puck with my little aluminum blocks. Got my parchment already. One nice clean piece of parchment. My scale, my light and stuff, and then of course this bad boy. Here's the doubling up. I added this thicker plate right here, drilling a hole on both sides, and here's those big crazy nuts. And then here's what my ugly looking press looks like. My jack just sits in the middle. Here's where it's done some bowing, you can tell. So I beefed it up with that other plate, and now it's fine. So basically, I've used some special insulating material I found that works amazing at stopping the heat transfer from my heated plates to eventually, through the metalwork, eventually to the jack. You don't want it joining the cylinder, and there's seals and stuff in there, and the oil will, it'll wreck the jack. So I've been conscious of that and try to, this material works pretty good. I know when I leave it on for a long time, all this gets really hot and warm. And of course my homemade ugly looking Chinese PIDs inside, just bolted inside of boxes and then wired up by a guy I know, and just run to a plug. So simple as that. I dial it in. 2 huge heater cores in the back here, by the way, on each one. These are monsters. They're really thick and they go the whole length of the plate on both sides. So that's my little setup. Here's my compressor, and that's my little homemade lab. Got myself a little room that set up. Check this big bad boy wrench that I had to go buy to build this thing. So you buy those massive nuts and bolts or whatever for these huge 1-inch hardened ready rod. you're gonna need this monster. Get it. Okay, I'm just gonna grab this bag, flip it over, make a nice little puck for myself. I mean, you want it homemade, this is how you do it. I think I pulled 27% doing it this way. Sticky weed is the key. Nice little puck. That's all it takes. I mean, it's not science. There is science to distill it and shatter and a lot of the other stuff, and definitely for rosin there's technique for sure. It's a little bit of a science. Oh yeah, don't forget your fold in case you get Rosin Rivers. My favorite. Rosin Rivers. Okay, little fold, boom, boom, boom. Try and make it quick for you guys. Boom, girls. So I'll slide the paper in here first. Got a little magnet. It's pretty straightforward. Give yourself a bend. These are super hot, these plates. I already almost burned my hand putting it through there. And I know this looks a little bit ghetto, but a lot bigger. Make sure your paper is nice and flat and it's placed in the right spot. Nice. Alright, so let it cook for a minute. And that's about it. I mean, I'm sorry if you didn't get a good view of that. It was just me placing it in there. Let's try and have a look. It looks ski. So I got it in there. Like I said, I'm just having a look at the press here. So I'm just like, locking it, pumping it up with the pressure of the thing, little handle. And then like unlocking it to release the pressure and let it down. So just get used to using that thing. There's a tool that goes on that. That's really cheesy. Anyways, I can hear the rosin cooking. In the beginning of my rosin guide videos, you can hear it cooking too. I love that song. See that? It's already starting to pull out a little bit. If it's pulling out and not getting the bag wet, like if it's coming too fast, you can always just back off the pressure a little bit. You got to find that sweet spot of pressure, I find, just to get the, the big yield. Because I'm trying to, this is on a 1/2 ounce. I'm trying to get a nice little yield going. Okay. I think it's just about ready to hit there. Let's try it. This thing's super loud and annoying, so if you can find another way to get the pump and stuff going, or the jack, then probably would be way better. Just let it ooze out, and when it stops moving, that's when you're going to want to. You can see it oozing out over there. And it caught my little trap. Otherwise it'd be dripping over the sides, which I've lost some before. Just gotta be careful of that. And there she is. So I hope this helps. I hope that you can make your own press. I hope that it all works out. Sometimes it's safer just to buy your own stuff and do it yourself. Sometimes it's safer to spend the money and buy a professional one. But at the end of the day, be safe. Safety is key. Don't hurt yourself on hot plates, whether it be from the company or ones that you buy or put together. And grab yourself some amazing stuff. Check that out. So Rosin guy, hit me up. I love rosin. I love pressing weave. Let's get it.